Hello, welcome to the Rooms with Ronald podcast, brought to you by the Multifamily Media Network. I'm your host, Ronald Harrington. In 2023, I set an intention to shop 100 apartment communities to see how leasing was evolving around the country. Rooms with Ronald was born out of that experience. In this series, I share my experiences and engage in meaningful conversations with other professionals in the industry as we discuss all things related to leasing and marketing. Join in as we expand the Rooms with Ronald experiment. Hello, and welcome to Rooms with Ronald, Micro Living Edition. I'm your host, Ronald Harrington, and today in Micro Living, we are going to discuss my secret sauce. Now, oftentimes I get asked, Ronald, what's the secret sauce? Like, what are you doing that no one else is doing? Or why can you go to a property and get 10 leases when the property hadn't got 10 leases in a month? You're going to get in a week. So what is your secret sauce? And guys, this is going to come to a surprise to some of you, but there is no secret sauce. What I do is I'm prepared. And I have this saying, right? And my saying is prior preparation prevents poor performance. And I take that into everything that I do. I am overly prepared for every situation. It starts when I get ready for the day. How I look, how my hair looks, what my clothes look like. Are they ironed? Am I ready to go? When I get into the property, I'm driving through the property. I'm looking, is this property ready to sell? And I have this fresh set of eyes. And every time I go and I'm looking at different things, what's the trash look like? What's the curb appeal look like? And then when I get into the office, I'm making preparations for the day. I'm looking at my calendar to see what appointments do I have. Do I know, is everyone looking for one bedrooms today? So I might probably want to open up a one bedroom. Or do I have two bedrooms that people want to see it? Do I need to open up those two bedrooms? I'm finding the best apartments that can be shown. I'm also going into the calendar and I'm looking at the appointments. And when I'm looking at the appointments is I'm going back through the notes because I want to put myself back into that situation, right? I want to remember what it is that I talked about with this prospect, or maybe I didn't talk to them. And maybe I need to read the AI conversations or the notes from someone else. That's okay. If the phone call is recorded, I'm going to try to re-listen to that phone call. Because I've noticed that sometimes when I'm talking to a prospect, I get so excited that they're looking for a new apartment home that I don't pick up on some of their verbal clues, right? Or words that they emphasize that I didn't miss. I was like, oh, maybe. So it allows me to replay that conversation and not be in the moment. So that makes it prepared. I talk to the maintenance team and see where they at on property. That way, if I know that they're working on turning a unit above one that I was going to show, I may not want to show that because there's going to be golf carts. There's going to be maintenance in and out. There might be noise even. And I don't want that to be the first impression. I'm prepared by, responding to all my leads and making sure that I can give them my undivided focus. I make preparations in the types of questions I want to get once I get past the sales questions. And ideally, I won't even need to sell when they get to the property, right? I will have identified everything that it is that they want and need in their apartment home in that initial conversation, which means I probably picked up the phone, I probably called them, or I texted with them to get that information. So when they come in, I can summarize everything that I already know about them, ask them, did I miss anything? Has anything changed? And then we can get up and go, right? We can go on the demonstration. We can make a connection, right? And at this point, if I already know all this, there's not a lot of things that I need to know about what they're looking for, right? So I get to know them as an individual person, meaning we get to have fun, right? I can learn their likes and their dislikes. I can learn, what their favorite foods are. So I can give them recommendations. I start to build this connection with them that by the end of the tour, I am a trusted advisor. So what I'm doing is I'm building this connection to make myself appear and to really be a trusted advisor, right? Because I want them to ultimately be happy. I don't want them to feel like I'm pushy and I'm selling to them and all that. I want them to be like, wow, he does make sense. This is where I should live. So when I do go to ask for this application, I can then be like, yeah, I'm the trusted advisor. You should apply here. You love it, right? So now they built that confidence in me that we don't need it anymore, right? We don't need to sell to, right? That's really my secret sauce. My other secret sauce is my follow-up game, right? And what I'm doing in follow-ups and making sure that I'm communicating, and then I'm making it fun, then I'm making it engaging, then I'm making you want to show, up and be like, hey, I have to live here. Look how much fun we had. Where people fail is by not being prepared. The more you're not prepared, the less confident you are, right? So when I've entered the office of leasing professionals, I can tell when they're prepared and when they're not prepared. Oftentimes they will sit down. I will tell them my name. They'll pretend like they have never heard of me, and then they go into the computer and they start asking me all the questions I put on the bot. That's not prepared. So I start to lose confidence in their ability. Or they will start rambling to other people in the office, right? One office I went to had this whole leasing professional talking to the assistant manager and the manager about what can we show? What can we show? Is this unit ready? It says it's ready, but it's not ready. What's going on? I can show this unit because they're not moving in until Friday. It was a jumbled mess that really led me to believe there was no internal communication. So what was I to do? Which lost confidence in their ability, right? When people go to show me apartments that are made ready, quote unquote, and they're not made ready, I lose confidence, right? And it's not because they're trying to do me a favor. And no matter how many times you tell them that you're trying to do you a favor, I really want you to see this apartment. That's not what works, right? So again, I'm losing confidence. And, one little lack of confidence is okay. That's fine, right? We all have those. 2, 3, I'm starting to build. So the more that you start to lose the confidence with your prospect, the less likely they are to live with you, because it shows that you're not a trusted advisor. It shows that you're just wanting to get them to lease and you don't care about them, right? So be sure that you're building that confidence, and it starts within. That's why I always say practice does not make perfect, because in our world, perfect does not exist. Let's be real. What practice makes is confidence. And the more confident you are, the more people will follow you, the more people will trust you, and the more people will buy from you. So work on that confidence. If you aren't sure, if you're confident, ask the people around you. That's really kind of what my secret sauce is. I exude a confidence when I walk into a room. Most people know this about me. I'm not confident at all, right? When you take me outside of my job, I don't have that confidence. But my prospect will never know that. There are many different ways to be prepared and to show that you're prepared. It's up to you to find those ways and to start examining them. The quickest ways are recapping the conversation prior to their visit and summarizing it when they walk in so they don't have to repeat the information. Knowing that the apartments that you're going to show them are vacant, made ready, that they can move in today if they want. Your voice and the words that you use in your actions. And when you say you're going to follow up with them. Remember, prior preparation prevents poor performance. You have been listening to Rooms with Ronald, the Micro Living Edition. I'm your host, Ronald Harrington. And until next time, guys, happy leasing. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope I left you with some fresh ideas or a new perspective. Leasing and marketing are evolving rapidly, and Rooms with Ronald is committed to offering a place to hear about those changes. We also celebrate and acknowledge the fundamentals of exceptional service that will never go out of style. So if you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, or subscribe. Visit multifamilymedianetwork.com to learn more about our other exceptional industry podcasts, call pieces, and sponsorship opportunities.